Good morning, everyone. It is 11:04 here in Southern California, and I'm just gonna wait a couple minutes maybe to wait for some people to get on. I hope everyone's having a lovely day, and either you're working or you're getting ready for Thanksgiving tomorrow. So these are the two looks that I'm gonna be showing you guys today. This one is the gingerbread French, which I know French tip, it's a hit or miss with a lot of people. I prefer more of a modern French tip or more of a fun French tip. So this is my version of a holiday French tip. And then this one right here, this is my sugar sweater nail. So this one's going to have chrome and sugaring, as well as the 3D textured sweater look that's really popular right now. All right, so I'm just gonna place these guys up here so everyone can remember what we're doing. So I'm gonna start off with the gingerbread. And this nail has already been coated with one coat of Yum Yum. Now this is from Luxa's gel collection. It's really, really pretty, but I wanna get a nice gingerbread color. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take Touch of Nude and I'm going to apply one coat on top of Yum Yum. Now, both colors are gorgeous on their own, but to achieve the gingerbread look that I want for this nail, I realized when I combined the two, just by layering, that you get the perfect gingerbread cookie color. All right, you see how crazy that was? So I am gonna go ahead and put this into the light for 60 seconds. For those that are just joining, we're gonna be doing these two holiday looks today. I've already gone over with one coat of Yum Yum and one coat of Touch of Nude, and this gives us the gorgeous gingerbread color. Now while that's curing in the light, I am gonna get a tile. I like to do a lot of my artwork using a tile. Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you guys coming on here today. I know everybody's busy with the holidays coming tomorrow. So if you don't already know, Luxa's having their amazing Black Friday deals, and right after this live, you're gonna wanna go, make your wish list, make sure you're ready to go so that you can buy everything that you want. So I'm gonna go in with my number 4 brush. This is the detailer brush, and I'm going in with the Blanc Gel Art Pod. I'm gonna get a good amount of this. I like to kind of mix it up in the pot, that way if anything's settled, I don't get a lot of clear patches in my gel. And just place that on my tile. Always remember to cap your gels, because if not, this will cure underneath your table light. Most likely, depending on the light that you guys have, of course. All right, so here we are. You can see that I smudged it because I literally just hit it on the light on the way out. And if you're a nail tech like me, you know that our clients are prone to doing that anyway. So keeping it real. So to start off with our French, I'm gonna start with this dip towards the center. Now remember, this is supposed to be like a gingerbread, really cute, really simple. I just take my brush and make a swoop. Now you can grab more gel. I like to kind of keep a dollop on the end, which I know is not normal for when we're like painting, but for this in particular, I like to get a good amount of gel on the tip of my brush because nobody likes really thin icing, right, on their cookies. This is supposed to be like the gingerbread arm. You know how on the arms and legs they have the little squiggly icing look? So this is supposed to be reminiscent of that. I'm gonna flip upside down. Just because I'm right-handed, I prefer to work with my gel on the right side. So just flip it. And if you're doing this on a client, you can most definitely flip your client upside down. There's nothing wrong with that. Let me know if you guys have any questions. and I'll try to do my best to answer them. But just going in and drawing your squiggles. So I did notice that I have smaller squiggles on one side, bigger squiggles on the other. If you want to leave it looking organic, that's cool. If you want to change it, you're more than welcome to. I am going to take a cleanup brush and just fix this guy. I feel like he's a little chunky right here. So just with some alcohol on my brush, I'm just going to wipe this away very lightly. All right, I think that's pretty cute. I'm gonna add just a little bit because I feel like I thinned it too much in certain areas. All right, what do you guys think? Does that look gingerbread-ish? All right, so I'm gonna put that into the lamp to flash cure while I get your guys' next colors out. Since we are doing holly leaves and berries up top, we are going to be needing Leafy, which is Luxa's green gel art. And again, I like to just swirl it around, pick some up, and place it down on the tile. Honestly, you don't even need that much for what we're doing. Do you apply a base before applying gel polish? Yes. So because I'm doing this on a nail tip, I did not apply base because there's no need. If I were doing this on a natural nail, of course, add your base coat because you want everybody's gel mani to last a long time. Let's see, did I miss anybody else's questions? We're getting a lot of thumbs up. Everybody's joining. People are saying hi and waving. All right, so now that that's done, and I have my Leafy gel, I'm going to take, still with the number 4 brush, grab a little bit off my tile. I like to kind of pull my brush through it. And this time you don't want a huge gloop at the end. So I'm going to start off with kind of like a V shape. And this will be for the leaf. Almost like a curved V. Do you guys see that? Now you're going to want to make a small swoop on either side. And then you're going to want to do the same type of V that we did to begin with. And that creates your leaf. Now I'm going to pick up more of that green gel and fill this in. Do your guys' clients like French tip? Do they like more of a modern French tip? Do they like more of a fun French tip? What do your clients like? I am going to pull this part because I feel like it's a little too thick. So I'm going to pull it down to give it more of a V shape. Now before curing, I'm going to do the same thing just on the opposite side. And if you want, you can always flip the hand around. I'm just going to angle it to one side. More modern. See, I feel like a lot of people like more of the modern French look right now. But I guess it also depends on, what you kind of encourage or push your clients towards. So if you like more of the modern French, make sure to show your clients that you can do a modern French or that you have other ideas for French. Yes, Anna, definitely. The younger crowd, I feel like, goes for the modern. All right, now again, just fill this green guy in. Get any air bubbles out. All right, so we have our 2 leaves. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that into the lamp. Now, if you notice here, I have a little bit excuse me, I have a little bit of darker green. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take what's left on my tile of leafy and I'm gonna add Luxa's Blackout. Now you really don't need a lot because black is very strong. I'm gonna add just a dab next to it. And honestly, this is too much black. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of black and I'm going to mix it into my green. Now I want it a little bit darker, so I'm going to grab a little bit more black and just swirl it in. You guys see the difference, right? So you have a light green to a darker green to the darkest green, and then you have black. So I'm going to use this very dark green. What would be modern French? So your typical French nail would just have either a line across or a slight curve to it. More modern French, you can do a really deep curve, so it can go from up here and come down and go back up. Modern French can also be anything that reminds you of French, so like what I'm doing today. So dabbing into that darker green that we just created, I'm going to take a little bit more, and this part is really tiny, so you're going to want to have light pressure, and you're going to want to go from edge to edge of the leaf and just draw a little line. You guys see that? You'll pick up a little bit more green, and you're going to want to go from each point to the center. I like to curve mine a little bit. I think it gives it a really cute effect when it's more curved. All right, and then same thing on the other side. So I hope my definition or my take on a modern French helped and made sense. A lot of people are doing like the V-shaped French tip. It's pretty popular. Or somebody had mentioned a half French. A lot of people are doing like a half French tip on one side of the nail, and then they're doing like a leopard print or something like that on the other side. All right, so now that I have the veins in our holly, I'm gonna go ahead and take a dotting tool. Hey Alicia, thanks for joining. And I'm going to pick up the color apple, and I'm gonna make 3 dots because I want 3 berries. Okay, so 1, 2, and I do want them to touch a little bit, that way they're not just like hanging. So you've got 3. Now, I do see that there's a little bit of red gel where I don't want it. So again, just taking a cleanup brush, I'm gonna go towards it, and it just picked it up seamlessly. Go ahead and pop that in the light for a minute. And I like to wipe my brush in between uses. That way I don't have excess gel sitting in it. We are gonna be using this one with white next. So you can either clean your brush by running it through clear gel, which I'm just going to take a little bit of Luxa Shine on my palette, and you can just pull it through and just try to get all that color out. See how the green is coming off on the tile? And doing this, you don't dry out your brushes, they last longer. I really love my Luxa brushes, so trying to take care of them is huge because I used to not take care of them, but shh, don't tell anyone. Are these pots specifically used for nail art? Yes, I use them specifically for nail art. I'm sure if you'd like to, you can always coat the whole nail, but there are other colors for that. So I use mine specifically for art. But great question. All right, so now that this is out, you can go ahead and leave it like this, but I like to add a little bit of accent. So you're gonna grab like the teeniest amount of white on your brush. It won't even focus, it's so small. And I'm going to add highlight on my berries. So just very lightly make a little curve. See how adding that white kind of took it to the next level? So go ahead and pop that in the lamp. I'm going to read through some comments, so if you have any questions, now's the time to ask. I've been eyeing, I'm sorry, Brittany, what color, sorry, I'm trying to go back in the chat. I'm sorry, Brittany, what color is the base for the gingerbread? Great question. So I actually wanted to make my own perfect gingerbread color, which I feel like this is it. It actually makes me really hungry, and if anybody knows me, I'm always talking about food, and I'm always hungry. So I actually did 1 coat of Yum Yum first, followed by 1 coat of Touch of Nude. Now these 2 colors together created that gingerbread color. All right, next, I've been eyeing this brand, now I get a taste. Well, awesome. I'm glad that you get to see what we can do with Luxa products, and there's been so many lives this week. I'm sure you got an amazing, like, small dose of education too. Alicia says, cute, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and top this with the super popular Luxa Shine. This is a no wipe top coat, so you aren't left with that nasty sticky inhibition layer. And for your hairstylist clients or clients with colored hair, this is perfect because it doesn't stain. So go ahead and add a healthy amount of top coat. I did get a lint in here. I'm not in my studio right now, I'm actually at my house. So I have more lint at home because I do have a little fur baby. So it happens, but when that happens, you just take your brush, pick it out, keep going. Look at how shiny that is. All right, go ahead and cure that. What is that rich base color, please? Okay, so I just went over that. It's Yum Yum and Touch of Nude. Let's see. How do you keep your brushes nice and clean and not ruin them? So, long story short, I have ruined a lot of brushes because I used to not take care of them very well at all. So I'm guilty of that. But I showed right here, I put a little bit of Luxa Shine, which is the clear top coat, and I ran my brush through it after I used green, and that's where all of these little green brush strokes are from. So clearing out your colors, you can use a clear gel, or you could also wipe it on a cotton pad, which is what I do first. I wipe it on here, then I did the clear gel down here, and then if that still doesn't work, you can always wipe through with some alcohol, and then make sure you run your brush through some clear gel just to keep it moisturized. And there you guys have it. Gingerbread French nails. Does this color like not make anyone else hungry? Or maybe it's just me because I haven't had breakfast. But this would be very cute for a holiday French look, even as an accent nail. You're welcome, Becky. Thank you, everyone, for saying such nice comments. All right, I'm gonna wipe my tile clean. This is just my same cotton pad and some acetone. Just wipe off that gel. Now moving on, we are going to be tackling this sugar sweater look. Super festive. Like, if you guys aren't already in the holiday spirit, I think these nails will definitely take you there. And while I'm going through this, take notes of what colors that I'm using. That way, if there's a color that you like, you can definitely add it to your list of items that you're getting for Black Friday, because Luxa is having an amazing sale. All right, so to start off with this nail, you're going to do 1 or 2 coats of Luxa's Blackout. Now, Luxa's Blackout is right here. It's the black shade. If you've seen me doing this in an ad with Super Galaxy Hollow, that's me. So you're going to want to do 1 or 2 coats. I honestly only use 1 because I feel like it's dark enough. You don't need to use multiple. And we're going to be taking Luxa's Platinum Chrome in Bloodline, which I absolutely love the name. Let me move these guys up so they're out of the way. Now, if you don't have this already, this is Luxa Polish's silicone tool. I'm going to be using this to apply our chrome. So again, this has 1 coat of Luxa's Blackout, which is our black gel, and then it has 1 coat of Luxa Shine, which is our no wipe top coat. So let me open this up so you guys can see it. Look at that. It's absolutely gorgeous. I like that it's like a little bit of a deeper red. Now, a tip that I just recently learned from the lovely Leah is you take a little bit of alcohol and you wipe the nail prior to applying your chrome. This helps to give it a really shiny look. So I'm going to go ahead and take this and I'm going to start to rub it into the nail. Now, sorry if this part's a little shaky. I am pushing on the nail while holding it in midair. And it's not attached to a finger like when I normally do my clients. Are you guys ready for the Black Friday sale? Because I know a lot of brands are having Black Friday sales early this year, before Friday. Some already started. Some are still coming up. But I already spent a bunch of money on Luxa product. So just take your time, rub it in. Really push it in there. All right. Now I'm just gonna dust off some excess because it is really, really fine, this pigment. It gets everywhere. So if you're gonna do this and you don't wanna get dirty, you can always wear gloves. It is beautiful, isn't it? So going in with my Luxa Shine, I'm just gonna top this off. Just look at that. It's perfect. And go ahead and cover that. Gorgeous. So you could always leave it like this if your clients want a beautiful deep red holiday-esque chrome. Latin Beauty 24 says, silicone I would have never guessed. I thought only cushion things to apply it works. Yeah, so I'm actually going to take some alcohol on a cotton pad and just wipe it clean. Yeah, I used to use just the eyeshadow applicators. And then I switched over to this, and 1, I have less waste, and 2, it gives you a better effect. It makes it much more shiny, I feel, and you get better coverage. Plus, this tool is super cute. It comes in its own little bag. I try to keep it in here, that way it doesn't get dirty with a bunch of lint. It says Luxa Polish on it, and it's got the cute little diamonds inside too. It's double-ended. I like to use the rounded side, but if you're trying to get into like little crevices, you can always use this side. It has a nice little edge to it. So I did make a mess on my tile again. So let me wipe that clean real quick. Again, just a little bit of alcohol. I like to work pretty tidy, so cleaning as I go. All right. So there we, as I'm throwing it everywhere. There we have Bloodline, which is the chrome with shine top coat. Now, in order to get the sweater look, I am going to be using the Blanc Gel Pod. I like to start off with the lines first, so I'm going to take my number 3 brush from Luxa. Love me a neat nail tech, yes. Plus, I feel like it gives me less anxiety in the end because I don't have a table full of stuff to clean up after every single client. Granted, there is still a bit of a mess, but there's less of a mess. All right. I'm at work and I love the designs. Well, thank you. Thanks for watching while you're at work. Don't get in trouble. So again, kind of mixing through before I pull it out. And this design requires a good amount of gel, so I'm going to pull some out and plop it down on my tile. Kind of roll and twist. Place that up top. Hi everyone. Hi Daniel. Thanks for tuning in at work. Don't get in trouble. And again, don't forget to cap your gel pods so they don't cure. So I like to start off with the line work, pulling my brush through the white gel. I just want to get a nice even coat. Nothing too thick, nothing too thin either. Where did you get the tile from? My work is actually in the same shopping center as a Home Depot, so I actually got it from there. Now I'm going to start off with the first line over here, rotating my client's hand. That way I can clearly see what I'm doing. And you're just going to pull straight down. You can fix the line when you need to. I did make it a little bit thicker in some areas, so I'm just going to pull it and we'll end up with a nice line. Now don't worry if it's not 100% perfect. If it's super uneven, go ahead and take your brush, do a little bit of tidying. We are going to be covering this with glitter. All right, that brush is on my list. Yes, this brush should be on everybody's list. It makes doing line work so much easier. All right, so I'm going to pick up more white. And I'm going to just kind of eyeball where I want this. And I'm going to just place it and pull down. Now notice how it did get a little bit thinner on the bottom. So I'm going to pick up some more white and go back in. Seriously, this brush needs to be on everybody's wish list. Looks amazing. Looks like an actual tile. Yes, it is an actual tile. I got it from Home Depot. So again, just wiping the excess gel off, but I'm leaving a little bit in my brush. Make sure to also always cap your brushes. That way you don't cure your gel while it's on your table while you're working, okay? Now, you don't want to cure this just yet, because if you cure it, we can't apply the sugar. So straight. My lines are straight, just not straight up and down. Oh. Well, you'll get there. Don't worry. So taking our number 4 brush from earlier during that gingerbread design, you're going to run it through your white gel. Make sure that all your bristles are coated. You're going to pick up a healthy amount. Hi, will this be saved later? I'm super sad. I won't be able to stay and watch. Yeah, of course. I will be saving this. Sometimes my phone has a bit of a problem saving things. But I am going to save this and then put it on Lux's page as well as my own page. All right, what is the white you're using? I'm using Luxa's Blanc Gel Pod. Okay, so starting from the top, I'm gonna do a little bit of like a lazy S design. And you wanna make sure there's enough gel in these patterns. That way the glitter will stick, okay? And you're gonna want to continue this all the way down the nail. You can change this up and do, X's, you can do hearts, you can do whatever you want. I'm just doing the traditional sweater look. But honestly, have fun with this. Do whatever you'd like. Take inspiration from others. Where is your camera situated? What do you mean? I have it on my desk, kind of hovering, so that you guys can see from like my perspective almost. Now it's important you don't forget this little line up top, because if not, it's really empty and you want to make sure that you have a full, believable pattern. See how that really finished it off? Now I wanted to add some design to the side because why not? So I am going to be doing some little triangle or V-shaped lines. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if I had described that right, Melissa. So hopefully that did answer your question. I like to pick up some gel, do a line or two, and then pick up more gel. Because again, you don't want this to be too thin since we're going to be doing a sugaring effect. Alright, so I got my lines on one side. I'm going to flip my client upside down or to the side. And I'm going to try to mimic the left side. Or technically this is the right side. I'm just going to do one of these. And then I'm going to turn it to the side and start going with my zigzag triangle pattern. Now during this whole process, you do not cure your gel. Do not. Leave it wet. You want this gel to be wet so that you can have the glitter stick. This design looks a little complex, but once you do it, it's actually not that bad. It just takes a little bit of patience as you're doing it. Again, I wiped off my gel, and then I'm going to put it into its cap. That way it does not cure on my table. Now I did add some dots to my original, so I'm going to go in with my dotting tool. Ooh, I forgot to clean my dotting tool. From our gingerbread with the holly berries. So see what I mean? Your tools, the gel will cure in your light. So I'm just going to take some acetone real quick on a cotton pad, and I'm just going to wipe that off. Sometimes you need a little bit of like a scrub because it is on there good. All right, all clean. So go in, I'm going to add a little bit more because I feel like this is not enough. I'm going to place it down on my tile. And going in with my dotting tool, I'm going to add some dots. I'm just going to add them kind of like in between the S's. So I did make this design a little bit more narrow than my original. So my dots are a little large, but that's okay. I'm going to take a smaller dotting tool when I get down here. And then I'm going to do it on the other side as well. Does anybody have any questions so far? All right. So there we have it. I am going to try to make a little bit of space in between these dots just because it's going to bother me personally. If it doesn't bother you, that's cool. I'm just going to add a little bit of space with my brush. Is there any way to get Luxa in the UK? I believe so. I think I've been asked this before, and you can just go on the website. But don't quote me 100%. I'm not fully sure. I'm going to move my tile out of the way, and I just have a scrap piece of paper. I'm going to angle this down a little bit. You're explaining beautifully. Aw, thank you, Becky. Now, I like to keep my glitters in these little glass vials. This is Luxa's Crystal Rainbow Glitter. It is perfect for this holiday sweater look. Okay, is the Luxa site going to be restocking anything before Black Friday? Yeah, Luxa actually just did a huge restocking. So you're just gonna sprinkle this on. Now notice that I'm not touching the nail. I'm not denting the gel that we just drew our sweater design with. I'm always either really, really heavy with my sprinkling or really, really light. And you can always rotate your client. Make sure that you rotate them actually, because, you know, gravity only works one way. So you're gonna want to rotate them so that you get good coverage of glitter. Now it looks a little messy, but I'm gonna pop that in the light. And curing that white gel is going to allow the glitter to stay stuck on the nail. So I put this on a little scrap paper. That way I can bend it and then pour it back into my container. Of course, if you're doing this on a client, you don't want to be contaminating your glitter. But since I'm just doing this on practice, you can always put a paper underneath and easily slide it back into your container so you don't waste any. Does your cleanup brush have acetone or alcohol? So it depends on what I'm doing. Sometimes it has alcohol, sometimes it has acetone. Acetone is a little bit strong, so I try not to use acetone too much, just because I want to keep my brushes for a long time. Luxa ships internationally. Luxa social team member here. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for that. So I'm going to zoom out. That way you guys can see everything. I am going to take this and just dust it over my trash can real quick. Where did you find the jars? So, good question. I actually found them on Amazon. And if you go to my Instagram, which is Nailgasms, Nailgazms, in my bio, there's a link. And I have the link to the Amazon store where I found it. Now, because I'm at home, I totally forgot to bring my scrub brush home to get off the excess glitter. So I had to use part of a cotton pad, and of course I regret that because there are so many little fluffies on it. I thought about using a toothbrush, to be honest, but I don't think I have any spares laying around me right now. Whatever's in stock on the site right now is what's available for the sale. I usually use alcohol, is why I asked. Didn't know if acetone would be better. I feel like acetone gets things to be a little bit more crisp, but of course acetone isn't as good or healthy for our brushes. Alright, so there is our gingerbread French. And then let's pop these over. So does anybody have any questions before I go? Anna says that the Dollar Tree also has these jars in their craft section. They do. I did see them. I believe some dollar stores have it, some don't. But it just depends where you're located and what your dollar store has in stock. But on the Amazon site that I found, they are cheaper than if you were to go to the dollar store. Well, I hope that everybody enjoyed this. I tried to make it as quick as possible. It's about 40 minutes. But these designs, they're relatively simple once you break it down, but you can charge a good amount, especially for these designs during the holidays, because we're using multiple different colors, we're using different techniques, we're using texture, we're using glitter, we're using chrome. So make sure that you guys are charging enough for these designs. The sugar doesn't get any sort of top coat. Will the glitter flake off? No. So the glitter does not get any sort of top coat because we want to have that texture. If your clients don't like texture, you can of course add a top coat. to it. But I personally do like the texture. I feel like it gives you a little something extra. And as long as you're using enough gel when you draw your sweater design, when you tap on the glitter, it will sink and absorb into that white gel. And when it cures, it will cure in place. So you may have a little bit of fallout, but you're not going to lose all of it. Yes, thank you. Beautiful. I can't wait to try these on my clients. Beautiful. Thanks for the tips. You're very welcome, guys. Now, good luck shopping your Black Friday deals. Don't forget, Luxa is having a huge sale. Be ready. Get your credit cards ready. Be on top of it because they're going to sell out so fast. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope everybody has an amazing Thanksgiving tomorrow. Stay safe and stay healthy, guys. Bye.